Loveaholic. It's an older piece, and it's basically about everything I've been through with my relationships, love, with the past women I've been with who kind of treated me like shit and made me who I am today, I guess. So I'm going to read this piece first. I once was a writer, but then I was destroyed out of the bitterness of everyone's heart I collected in my glass jar. I held it so tight that I broke it to pieces and all the hearts fell onto the ground, leaving only myself to pick up the pieces. Why were there so many pieces? Why was I so alone? The darkness consumes me and nothing else eats at my soul but your warm touch, and my feelings are ignited by the thought of being alone. Oh, what a hole is now in my chest. What an empty, sweet symphony of bitterness. I hope all the bands play out the silent cries in my heart as I silently die in my own arms. I want to feel your soft lips against the grain of my body. Oh, release me from these chains. Release me and free me once again just to shackle me into love with you. A home is a home, once it is embodied by the spirit of love. You were my home, my safety net, my lover. May the spirit of our love never die. I feel infatuated by the idea of love. Maybe we can take over the world together. A team is what we will be, because God forbid I am alone in this world. Can I get a kiss just before you go? I want to make sure I will remember you the way I wish to, just in case my dreams fade into darkness and are covered by the reality of my sick mind that leads to detrimental fears. Oh, please just hold me through the night. I'll be gone once the sun shines the light through the cracked windowsill. Maybe if I scream loud enough, you'll hear me and come to my rescue, because God forbid I do any of this alone. I am too weak, I am too frail, I cannot even type out these sentences, because I cannot deal with the suffering inside my heart right now, because it feels like I am trapped underwater, and I'm sorry if I made you feel like the dirt underneath my shoes, but I really hoped we could be together. This love hurts, and this love is not what I wanted out of my life. The smell of peace only escapes the perfume bottle I would wear last year around you, and you were but a mere goal of love and possession, and maybe I'm going about this all too wrong, and perhaps that is why I fail at love. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Just a reflection of a shell or a whole body with trapped feelings inside. What do you really want? Do you want control to make sure your life goes as planned? What are you hiding underneath your paper skin? Please tell me. Please share with me all your secrets, and maybe we can sew ourselves together so we can walk as one. My shallowness is the only extension of myself that I sometimes let you see. Sometimes it is easy to pretend that everything means nothing and nothing means everything, because when I close my eyes, I see a black hole, and that black hole reminds me of the path I am taking, because maybe if I take the wrong step, I will fall into a pit of nothingness, and that is my worst fear. It's not fair, because you'll never know how I ended up feeling when I realized that everything was crumbled to pieces, and the new love I found out turned out to be the oldest form of love, because just as fast as it sparked up, it went out. And maybe that's why it stopped working, but if the flame went out, then why am I feeling the same way and hoping it'll come soon? So that's kind of like something I wrote when I was going through a hard time, going through a breakup, and now I'm in a happy relationship. And I actually wrote a poem about that. It still has some struggles and worries, because those have carried through me all my life, actually. And it's just kind of like I had this deep conversation with my current girlfriend just about life, nostalgia of childhood, where we're going to go, the future. And I had all these thoughts come to me, and I was at work one day, and I just wrote out this poem. So this is it doesn't really have a title, but I titled it on Google Docs, Poem About Life, so it's kind of just about life. Rummaging through the motions, dreams accomplished and chased after, miming adulthood at its finest. Some people like to believe it's all for a reason. My reason was love, and I've become lucky enough to find it. But how long does a commitment last? The rush to take things to the next level with fears from both sides, accompanied by a melancholy nostalgia for a lost childhood. I speak with you at night for an hour and open up my heart to you. You make me panic at the slightest thought of losing you. Harassed by men, cruel comments about my weight, with an everlasting need for money and more money. I want to escape with you to paradise and never look back. My reality seems to tamper as I actually live through it. Too many commitments and searching for more. When will I ever get everything I ever wanted? Or will I die with a feeling of failure? Filled with pity and regret, I just try to do what's best. Day by day, I find myself needing more rest. I hope people understand when I cannot attend, that I still wish to pursue the activities I've been assigned for, but simply need to care for myself in these times, and have time to think and reflect. I see others out there doing their best, perhaps better than me, and it stings a bit. But my one goal was to find love, and that is what I did. With some failures in my career and some stepping stones to new opportunities, one might say I'm doing just fine. But why do I have this lingering feeling that I'm not good enough? That I should be more successful than I am right now? That I should have more money, have a salary check, when I'm simply just doing my best? Because of love, so she stays up and hopes. But who will love a broken soul? Who would want to waste their time with that? It's not worth it. It never was, and this is why she stays up late at night alone, because no one wants her. And it is sad. It is really sad, actually. But she can't cry. Don't cry. These feelings are too strong to cry over. No one should care this much. No one should have this much power over her, but they do, and it sucks. So she walks around with her sweater turtleneck and tries to avoid eye contact with everyone she meets because they just might see into her soul. And God forbid that. God forbid anyone know who she really is and how she really feels inside. It's dark beneath her eyes, and you can see her barely breathing, and it's not fair because no one cares enough to save her from herself. She feels, but at the same time she is numb. And that is what makes it so hard for her. A neutral world, a gray world, without any color, without any love, just soothing music and a quiet night. She sees from high above, but it is so far beneath the ground. She is deep within herself. She is far too deep. No one can save her. No one can love her. It is not fair. You see, she gives her soul to all the weak ones. It's not fair again. It's not fair, but what are you to do? What are you going to do when your soul is just hurting too damn hard and you can't make yourself cry, but you wish you could just let it all out? But instead you are stuck alone in a room without any help or any recognition. It is terrible. What a terrible way to live. But what does terrible things mean anyways? What is the meaning of all this? Thank you.